Hi, I'm Matthew Widget from Go Narrative. Recently, we've been getting questions about how do I go about telling stories right now, telling stories in this very different environment that we're all in. In this short video, we're going to share with you how you can be very intentional with the stories that you're telling. We will show you how to find the right morals, essential emotions, and truths for your business that will make sense when you craft stories for your customers during these times and even beyond. At Go Narrative, we like to say, get attention, be heard, and sell more using the power of storytelling. Nowadays, it might make more sense to say, get attention, be heard, and build trust. As quarantine life marches on, some brands are doing a great job of this, and some not so much. You want to make sure you're in the former category. The bottom line is, all companies have to be focused on how to lay a foundation of relevant, intentional messaging. Stories are really powerful in a crisis. Due to our forced lack of physical connection, in-person connection, right now we're craving stories more than ever. Stories help us understand the world that we live in. And in a world that has been forced to change, we're seeking out stories to help us understand this new world. And the better crafted a story is, the more it's going to resonate. For the first time in our lifetimes, we are going through a collective rewrite of our stories. You're the hero at the center of your story, and your customer is the hero at the center of their story. Your business may be in flux right now, of course it is, and your customers' lives are also in flux. So the question becomes, how can we as marketers, business leaders, adapt and navigate this new reality? The companies that focus on the stories that they're telling right now and the narratives that they're aligning to are going to be the companies that are set up for success in the short, mid, and even long term after this crisis. By investing in these skills and these foundations now, you're investing in the long-term success of your business. You have to meet your customers where they are. MEET. Morals, essential emotions, and truths. At Go Narrative, when we develop a brand narrative, we start with those morals, essential emotions, and truths. We like to do that rooted in research, so we can have data-driven story making. And ultimately, it's about understanding your customers. It's about an outside-in approach. These three elements underpin your brand narrative and root it in the broader human experience. They also will anchor the stories you tell in your customer's reality. We also like to think of them as a sort of cheat sheet for how you communicate with your customers. Morals, essential emotions, and truths. First, let's look at morals. Your customers' morals are the codes by which they live. As a brand, aligning yourself with these morals will evoke the feeling that working with you is the right decision. We've done some legwork for you on this one, and the morals will resonate really well right now are the following. Having courage, treating others as you wish to be treated, being forgiving, taking responsibility, having patience, and being generous. Which one of these make the most sense for your business, product, or campaign to align to right now? Can you see how a story you would tell could leverage these? Can you imagine how they could help bring content to life in a way that really resonates with the hearts and souls of your customers? Next up, let's look at those essential emotions. Whether we realize it or not, emotions are at the heart of everything that we do. As much as we like to think of ourselves as rational beings, emotions are always there and shaping and guiding our decision making. Brands must identify the essential emotions that are really driving customer behavior right now. Those emotions could look like empathy, hope, warmth, and kindness. Consider for a moment which of these emotions resonates the most with you and your brand. Can you imagine content or stories that you would tell that would dip into and align with and activate that emotion? And now, truths. When we talk about truths, we're talking about the actual truths of your customers' lives that they're living right now. These truths are universal and innately very human. Brands that speak to the truths that their customers are experiencing will come across, be perceived as, and ultimately be the most respectful and engaging brands. They will be brands that build trust and relevance. Let's have a look at some of the truths that are bubbling to the top of people's minds right now. Change and uncertainty are really the only certain things in life. We all experience stress and worry. We were born equal and we will leave equal. Happiness can be fleeting. Our thoughts can create the heaven or hell that we experience on earth. Hopefully some of these will resonate, and hopefully you get the idea. Building stories and content that aligns to those morals, essential emotions, and truths are going to be the heart and soul of the stories that you build and the narratives that you seek to align to. Pick one that represents your company well, and it will shape the stories that you tell. We're all on this journey together, and when you do the due diligence and effort to craft stories that are rooted in the morals, essential emotions, and truths of your target audience, you will be doing good work to create content that resonates well, has you become trusted, and ultimately means that your customers will respect your brand and buy from your brand even more. The fact is, there's a lot of uncertainty right now, and none of us know where we, our businesses, or the world is going to be from 6 to 12 months from now. The world of marketing has been and probably will be forever changed by COVID. For many on the planet, Maslow's hierarchy of needs has been completely reset. And so we as brands have a responsibility to address this uncertainty, to respect it, and ultimately find a way to best connect with our customers. We must address the uncertainty people are feeling right now, feeling about their psychological safety and their most basic of needs in the weeks and months to come. This really is an effort of back to basics and core values. And one of those basics is storytelling. It's a big part of how our brains work. What this is all really about is intentional story making today and tomorrow. Remember, your role is that of a story maker. And when you're intentional about the morals, essential emotions, and truths, then the stories you craft, the anecdotes, metaphors, and analogies that you select for your communications will be that much more relevant and respectful to your audience. And when you do that, you will build trust and ultimately create experiences that your customers want to share and tell. And that is the power of storytelling. And on the other side of COVID, people will look back and they'll remember the brands that helped them and that were there for them and that communicated in the most trustworthy manner. I hope this has been a helpful cheat sheet on how to find the right morals, essential emotions, and truths for you to apply to your storytelling so that you can build and communicate in a way that is as respectful and trustworthy with your customers as possible. Thanks for stopping by.